Welcome, friends, to our channel where we offer free
and honest
product reviews. I'm Alex.
I'm Liz.
Together we are the Review Crew.
The Review Crew.
We'll review anything. Today we are reviewing the Keurig B70 Platinum Brewing System.
Yep.
And we own this. We've owned it for how many years?
About 5 years.
Probably about 5 years. But we'll say, should we say right off the bat, we recently switched over to using the pot again.
Yep.
So we'll get into that.
We'll get into it.
Right now we were shocked. My wife was researching it, and you can get this, the B70 Platinum system, for $284.99.
Yep, on Amazon.
Which I think is more than we actually paid years ago.
Yeah.
And
we wouldn't have paid that much
no,
for a coffee maker. I mean,
this
we
is,
drink it every day, but
this is kind of middle, I'd say middle of the line Keurig. You know, it's not the low line, but it's not the, you know, the top of the line. So you think the price is so high because they don't make
it's an older version, so they don't make it anymore. So I'm assuming it's just kind of
a specialty. If you absolutely want this model, then it's expensive. I don't know.
Because you can get, you know, one ranging from about $90 to about $160, and that's the newer version.
Sure.
So.
And I think like the older models, you know, are a bit smaller than this, correct? I would guess. And then the newer models, which my mom actually gave us, she didn't like hers. She got a newer model, top of the line. You know, it could make a full pot.
Like a 2.0,
the
maybe.
2.0, and I mean that's only probably $159.99. So
yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't pay $285 for this. Anyways,
no.
4.2. Wow,
you went
off on a tangent.
Yeah.
4.2 star rating, 2,042 reviews, so a lot of reviews. I mean, we know how popular the Keurig is.
Yeah.
So
Very
popular. Let's let you talk a little bit.
Are you done now?
I'm done.
Well, the Keurig is nice if you know, in the morning, if you're, you know, on the go and you're not looking to have like multiple cups of coffee, this is a nice option.
Single cup brewing.
Single cup brewing. So the controls are pretty easy to understand also. It'll tell you when it's ready to brew or when it's kind of warming up. The system is warming up, so you know. The water tank here holds 60 ounces, so it holds quite a bit. When we used it frequently, we'd fill it up every couple days, I would say. And we used one of the larger settings for the cups.
But we didn't really like to have water just sitting in there too long.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, who likes to be drinking stagnant water?
Right, right. There are 5 different brew cup sizes that you can choose from. Very easy to pick through. You just use the buttons here and then select.
But the K-Cups, you know, they come with, you know, the same amount of coffee in each. So you got to, depending on how strong you like your coffee, you want to go with the brew size.
Sure, sure. What else? So we didn't actually show how to use it, I guess, but you just lift this up here. We got a K-Cup in there right now. You just place this in there.
Water tank comes in and out real easy.
Yep, easy to fill up. And then there's like a little pin that pokes into the top of the cup, and then there's actually one down in there for the bottom of this cup, so that when you close it, it punctures on each side.
And then
so
the water can flow through.
So.
Wow, you're really getting into the science.
Yeah. The unit itself is 19 pounds, so
it's pretty heavy.
You don't really move it that often,
no.
So I mean, we don't.
Thus the dust on top of it.
We haven't used it a little bit either, so.
And
it's got a removable tray that we don't have here. We typically didn't use coffee mugs. We would use like a big mug in the morning, and so we just removed the tray. But it just probably like an inch high or so, inch and a half,
at least,
maybe that sits on there, and then you could put this on. And it helps, you know, to have that tray if you are using a mug, so that the coffee doesn't splatter, maybe.
Sure.
But.
We had somebody where I work was going to fill up a cup of coffee, and they put the cup in this way. And it spilled all. And that tray caught everything, though. So
the tray does catch the... Yeah. That is nice, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Say that again.
Yeah.
No. So what about cleaning?
Well,
were you going to get into that?
Cleaning-wise, they say to clean it every 3 to 6 months. And I think, it's usually just like the vinegar mixture.
Sure.
There's filters in here too. I won't take it out right now because we have water in there, but there's this little gadget you take out here, and then you just replace the filter.
Very easy to replace the filter.
Very easy, and they're not too expensive, really.
Less than $10 you get a couple, I think, right? less than $10. You get a couple
I
filters.
think around that. It's been a while.
Sure.
But then for settings on here, you can also do like, if you can set it to turn on in the morning so that by the time you get downstairs or whatever, that it's already warmed up, heated up the water so that it's just ready to go. Because it probably takes maybe 5 minutes for it to be ready, somewhere around there. And then it automatically shuts off after, half hour or whatever. You can change the settings on there.
But I think, you could keep it on throughout the day.
You
and
could.
It's not going to really hurt the machine.
But I like to turn things off.
Yeah. Energy saver.
Yeah. So we'll get into the pros and cons. We kind of went through a lot of stuff right there, but the pros are that it's easy to use.
Yep. Convenient. It's pretty convenient for a single cup if you just fire it up in the morning while you're doing other things, and you can have the water set, the day before. Yep.
It's nice to have the multiple cup sizes too, because sometimes, like if you're making tea, you want a smaller cup, or coffee drinkers want a larger one. But you could also, like if you wanted to use the largest setting on here with one of these cups, you could run it through and then run another one through into the same cup.
Oh.
Like some people have said that they'd use that cup multiple times.
Understandable.
But
I think a pro too is, these aren't very messy. The grounds can kind of get messy sometimes. You don't have to mess with.
It gets a little messy in here sometimes. We probably need to clean around there actually.
Yeah. But we haven't been using it for probably a couple months because we just went back to the pot.
Probably, yeah.
So.
But they do make, like if you don't want to buy the K-cups, you can buy they have an actual Keurig plastic cup that you can put in here, and then you can put your own coffee in there.
Excellent point. I wasn't going to even mention that.
Well,
are we done with pros?
Pros, yep. Cons. So a lot of people had said that the machine clogged up on them.
And that's true because we have one here at work, and this thing, a lady I work with has had to clean it multiple times because it clogs. She's got to get in there with a little pin and clear out.
They're very hard to clean.
Yep.
You would have to take the whole thing apart.
Really, for having this for what did we say, 5 years? It's been very reliable, this one, but the one at work has not been so reliable. So,
which there are different versions too.
Yes, true.
But sometimes it wouldn't work.
It sounds like an airplane is crashing, and it just makes noises.
It's really loud. And actually, why don't we just kind of run one through here?
And sometimes, it won't work, but it will kind of work, but it'll give you just about an inch of coffee at the bottom of your cup, and that just frustrates you more.
See if you can kind of hear how loud it is.
It's firing up.
So it is fairly loud, but not terrible.
Yeah.
But the other thing, the cup size isn't always consistent. We would put a big mug under there and make a cup, and sometimes it would be this much, and then other times it would be that much.
It normally was pretty consistent.
But there were times where it was what happened here?
Then a big con, my wife bought this mug for me, but it doesn't fit underneath. You can see, you could fill it up, but you'd have to hold it at an angle underneath.
Or put it in a mug and then transfer it to.
I wouldn't be doing that.
But this size, I don't know. I guess what the difference is with how much they hold. They probably hold about the same actually, but this one's just wider.
Sure.
Anyway, we're kind of getting off the.
Wow.
So they're kind of expensive. This one, I think just because it's an older model, they've increased the prices because there aren't many left, or of them or whatever. But otherwise, for being $90 to $160, that's really not a bad price. We've had it for 5 years, so it's pretty much.
I think we should talk about why we went back to a regular pot. We started drinking a little more coffee than we typically would, which was nice to do a pot.
2 kids will do that too.
Yeah, and why else did we? I'm trying to think why we even went back to the pot.
Well,
we didn't like.
We had seen a video that somebody posted about how
dirty
they took it apart and how much moldy ickiness was.
That reminded me, another big con is cleaning this.
Yeah,
when the water's
really
up,
hard.
There's things at the bottom. You got the filter, and there's other plastic pieces, and it gets a green tint at the bottom.
Yeah.
It gets an algae.
You have to get little tools or toothbrushes.
And still, it's really challenging to. I just don't like the thought of sedentary water. I know a regular coffee pot has
Yeah.
a little bit of that, sedentary water.
Yeah.
But like sedentary water sitting in there, for days on end, and you don't know what's going on.
And
In the back.
in the back
I wish
of
you could
there.
see in the back here.
Yeah, they made that see-through, but then we probably wouldn't have used it as much as we did.
And the filter,
But-
just sits there in water all the time, and I mean,
Right.
what's that water doing inside the filter?
Right.
I mean, because that net doesn't dry out, and it doesn't. So.
But I do like the concept of, just a single cup brewing, because sometimes you don't want to make a whole pot of coffee
Oh, yeah,
for just
absolutely.
one person, or
Yep. Yep.
So I definitely do like that. But they're
And I've met a lot of people, I mean, over the years that have started with a Keurig and they've gone back to the pot. I mean, the model we have sitting in our pantry, I guess you call it right now, it was given to us by my mom because they went back to the pot because
Yeah.
they just said, it's not.
But they are big coffee.
They're big
drinkers,
coffee
too,
drinkers,
so, they would do like 5
Sure.
single cups
Sure.
of these a day. So but
I think
either
it was
way,
kind of a fad. I think Keurigs were kind of a fad, and I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people like them, but I think they really hit and everybody got one, but it doesn't work out for everybody. So that's great.
I'd probably rate it about a 7.
I would too, because we used it for many years.
yeah,
We
and
could still be using it, but it's stuck in our head how dirty, what could be going on
could
in
be
there that
on
you
it,
don't really
yeah.
know. So,
But still,
yep,
like the product.
we like the product.
So we'll have a link below of the newer versions, because you don't want to pay almost $300 for.
No.
Forget it. Pay for a newer one and cheaper. So
Yep.
we'll have a link below. Subscribe to us. Send
Yep.
us your interesting and unique products.
Yep.
Give a free honest review on them.
Yep. Sorry for the tangents we went on this one, but